peacocks dance, their wings spread wide. A rose in bloom, yet thorns entwine. Dylan Kane walks the edge of time.
Okay, midweek recap.
A whispered
Okay, Monday, small scalps. I mean, I'm looking at this chart and I don't even know how I even executed and profit. Wow, crazy. Very rangy price action. We don't have any red folder news announcements as well. 9:10, I was off the chart. I'm going to show you. I apologize all who are in the Telegram who weren't able to receive the, what do I want to say, signals for the trade. It was too fast, and I haven't taught and I don't teach scalping. Like, I don't have any videos, but one-on-one I'll always break down how to scalp if the environment's change and it's more of a scalping environment like it is now. If it's a scalping environment, it's the first sign is that there's going to be no red folder news. That's a deliberate pause. If you haven't written that down, or whatever you do to make sure you write down or note the nuggets, you should have done that by then. Okay, cool, let's go. So the 8:35 trade, 8:35 candles were actually executed off, pinged off, boom, rallied into small profits. Look at that. Yeah, so what have I done? I've only gone up to the previous high, literally, and I'm closing that bad boy. That's it. That is it. My full extension really was only up here. What is this? Double tap. Okay, it's 1 hour at Fiji. So I know that price is gonna rally and range in between. Sorry, not rally, range in between these higher time frame PD arrays. So once I have these drawn out, I know where my targets are. However, it's Monday, so we're now trading and using time, the variable of time, the factor of time, the element of time. It's our strongest currency, yeah, on this plane, time. So when, the question is, yeah, when do I execute? When do I close? Our executions will stay the same, more or less, from our intraday entries, but the when for exit will change. That's a quick one for me, to be honest, because it's not much to ramble about. I was early in a trade, 45 minutes, you're joking. No, 15 minutes, right. So yeah, not really much to talk about. I didn't really experience much. You know, I'm just journaling and keeping you guys up to date with where my thoughts are. To be honest, it's Monday, remember? You know how I liken Mondays to opening a tap? It's not going to be a strong flow of water. It's going to be a few spurts. This consolidation will be a few spurts up, a bit of distribution, back down again, before we have Tuesday up to Friday, the rest of the week, to have a nice full flowing stream of money, stream of water. Thank you so much for your time. Tuesday, a rangy London session. I did try to catch it early. Typically Tuesday I like to look for straight away, so I like to get in early bird. So you see my Instagram, I post early bird. Where am I? Oh, okay. So I did go for this entry move. Bang. I went up a couple of pips. before it turned around and took out my tight stop loss. In fact, I had moved my stop loss to entry at this stage, so I took a light scratch. Boom. Annoying. But I did see a big engulfing, and I did notice there was the smallest FEG here, so I'm like, okay, cool. Perhaps price has taken out the buy side, understandably, of Asia. Bouncing off the first FEG on the execution time frame, boom, it just reverses and takes me out. So, where the only reason why I did take it is because I did see an aggressive candle. Usually, it's a high probability when the entry candle is closed with an engulfing candle, it should be an aggressive sell side. But I didn't get that. So I'm seeing it as price is giving me a rangy price action, because GJ typically or usually has a high probability of moving up, of rallying after such price action. But again, this sell side is big. I'm going to leave it here. If I do see enough execution, of course, you guys will know. Okay, Tuesday. It was a rough one. Okay, so first execution. Re-rally up, couple of pips. Let's get out of the way. What's that looking like? 12 before it turns around and crashes. I had moved my stop loss to entry at this point, so it's just a scratch. A couple of minutes later, we see price turn around, go for a short entry. I did go for it, however, it went all the way up again and took me out. I actually had just over 7 pips, but because of spread, it took me out. A few minutes later, we see another entry short. Boom. That's London session. New York session. Here we go. So I do see an entry. I didn't go for this one. This is the typical inversion entry. I was just having a look at it. It actually did quite well, but I don't use that. It's not part of my playbook. I did go for... What did I go for my buy? Boom. I went for my buy here. However, it did turn around and crash. Annoying. Before turning around. What time was this? 3:15. So that's like 15 minutes out of my watch or kill zone before rallying back up. So, yeah, a rough Tuesday for me. So much for Australia. So, GJ London session Wednesday. I've got the weekly OB up here. I know price is going to turn around and touch this. But when price is going up, buy side liquidity, turn around. Okay, that's fine. If price turns around, first execution time frame, FVG here. Cool. That means I want it to turn around, at least touch this label. What is it? Yesterday's high of day before turning back around off the high time frame PDRA and reaching my target. Let's see. It is summertime. The Trump tariffs did start today. So, after price had rallied down as I had predicted it might do, high of yesterday, boom, liquidity taken out of the bottom. I did go for a buy here, but and then it was a tight stop to Shit took me out. Showing another engulfing candle for a buy. I have not got enough in me to go for another one. I've got one more swing, one more attempt at the market. But because we're approaching 10 o'clock, I'm not too sure. But knowing what I'm like, I'll most probably get in. I'm not enjoying the Trump tariff so far. So GJ, to be honest, New York session, setting up around here, London time. Price, it does rally, looks like he wants to bounce off. Shoots up, not really. Reverses and turns around. If I check where price New York opened, it's distributed 33 pips down and 23 pips up. I'm happy I didn't participate. GBP JPY Thursday. Initially I was going for buys. Well, okay, went for my short here. Got tagged out. So I said, okay, fine, no problem. Perhaps we'll go for a buy because price has flipped. Nope, no way at all. I'm stopped out. That's the London session. You can see the wicks, you can see the sell side, buy side liquidity. Then you see the distribution. So it took me up before going in my direction. That's fine. New York session, I do see an inversion at the bottom. Just here, lining up with my Asia lows, yeah? This is sell side liquidity in Asia. So zooming in, I go for my entry. As soon as price rallies up, 12 pips, it turns around and crushes and takes me out. We can see price didn't really want to move as the distribution since in fact has gone up 20 pips and then crashed back down.
In the halls where shadows glide, gold peacocks dance, their wings spread wide. A rose in bloom, yet thorns entwine. Dylan Kane walks the edge of time.
Okay, midweek recap.
A whispered trade